that has not just awakened the young and the old alike, but has soldered their anger into one united force against corruption. Who are the people behind this movement, toiling behind the curtains? Let's meet Anna's army, the power behind the campaign that is growing every single day. On a day of stock market gains, these young investment bankers should have been advising clients in air-conditioned offices, instead of being in the midst of an anti-corruption protest in central Delhi.
We are here to support for a cause, as in we can't go on a hunger strike. So it is our way of supporting Anna.
Love and his colleagues have taken a day off to join Anna's Andolan. Monica Mishra and Sonali Goswami, also investment bankers, have joined the protests at JP Park.
I would have been meeting my clients doing the normal work, but it is a motivational thing that a person is standing against the corruption for our country, for the youth only. And as a youth, it's my responsibility to support him.
So the youth of today, a group of bankers saying that the country's reputation is at stake and they will totally support Anna Hazare in its crusade against corruption.
This software engineer couple has also taken an off today and are protesting outside Tihar jail.
देखा जाएगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा जॉब जाएगी nothing else but ये मोमेंट लाइफ में शायद दोबारा ना आए.
Om Prakash, a businessman, has shut his shop today and joined Anna's cause. He is distributing water to protesters outside Tihar jail.
मेरा बिजनेस का अपना कपड़ा काम है. बिजनेस में लॉस नहीं हो रहा है. कोई लॉस का है मतलब.
Gautam Kumar, a student of 11th standard, has bunked to fast for Anna at Chhatrasal Stadium. This group of girls from Delhi's IP University too have given classes the miss to come out in support of Anna Hazare. One voice, one cause has brought thousands out on the streets. A 74-year-old man has surely succeeded in inspiring Generation Next. Bureau Report, headlines today. Amazing scenes, thousands of people giving up what they do ordinarily, coming out, answering Anna's call. These are not people who come from a particular political outfit. There might be some who are affiliated maybe to the RSS, but there are thousands of them who are coming out because they're agitated with corruption and they believe that Anna Hazare provides an answer. Meanwhile, all is not well in the Congress camp. The party is divided over the government's Anna crackdown, and the difference of opinion is now out in the open. Voices within the Congress are not only questioning the government's action, but also asking Rahul Gandhi and the party to be more assertive.
The 12 hours between Anna's arrest and the decision to free him fully exposed Congress's bumbling antics. Its creeping paralysis was on full display. So was a deep disconnect between government and the ruling party. First, it rushed to arrest Anna. Then in the evening, soon after a meeting between Rahul and Prime Minister, came the news that the decision has been reversed. This was the second time in 24 hours that Congress and the government had reworked their strategy on Anna. After its spokesperson launched a caustic attack on the activist, Congress warned one and all not to repeat the mistake. By accident or by design, that decision too was known shortly after Rahul met the Prime Minister after returning from the US. Thanks to this clumsy behavior, anger in party ranks is spreading.
Now is the time for Rahul Gandhi ji to take the initiative. Talk even to, I don't think so it's a bad idea even if he has to talk to Anna Hazare. Because Anna Hazare is well-meaning, he's an old Gandhian, and I think so it would be right in the right spirit if he talks to them.
So, is the party missing its out-of-action president? In an all-hands-on-the-deck crisis, all Congress needed was a steady hand on the wheel. The four-member presidium in charge of affairs hasn't quite articulated a clear line of thought. No wonder a few self-goals will be scored.
The corruption is a big issue. There is no doubt in it. And everybody, every citizen of this country is agitated on this issue. So whoever is having little bit credibility comes out with this idea, the people are going to follow him.
And it's given the opposition enough ammunition to launch an all-out attack.
एक अहंकारी सरकार और एक हताश और निराश प्रधानमंत्री का बयान। और उससे भी ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण ये है कि वो सरकार जो सरकार की भ्रष्टाचार के सिंहासन पे बैठ करके लोकतंत्र और लोकतांत्रिक परंपराओं और संवैधानिक परंपराओं की हत्या और हमले का प्रयास कर रही हो।
The tumultuous events of the last 2 days have had a very demoralizing effect on the rank and file of the Congress party. Increasingly, a large number of Congress MPs now believe that the party ought to have handled the Anna Hazare issue politically rather than resorting to administrative measures. With camera person Jagmohan, this is Javed Ansari for Headlines Today.
Headlines Today's political editor Javed Ansari spent the whole day in Parliament speaking to a cross-section of Congress MPs. Javed, what's the mood you picked up? All of these obviously not coming on camera and speaking. What's the mood you picked up by speaking to ministers and Congress MPs? What are they saying about the government's handling of the Anna crackdown?
Rahul, there's unmistakable sense of despondency. They're all very depressed. This kind of depression and demoralization I've only seen once before. It was in 1992 after the demolition of the Babri Masjid. And nothing illustrates this better. Today, Mr. Ram Jethmalani went hammer and tongs at the government. He made all kinds of remarks, some against the Congress leadership, and it went uninterrupted, and it's now a part of parliamentary record. Not one Congress MP got up and interrupted him. There's this growing feeling within the Congress MPs that things are going horribly wrong, and that something has to give, that there has to be some kind of a political solution to this, and that the initiative ought to come from the Prime Minister, if not certainly Rahul Gandhi. One MP, several of them privately, one on camera said that Rahul should take the initiative and start a process of dialogue with Anna and his team.
Well, the sense really within the rank and the file of the Congress is that the government's managers have mishandled this entire crisis, and this is not the way the government should have clamped down in this seemingly brutal fashion against the Gandhian crusader. Javed Ansari, for the moment, many thanks. The government and the crusaders against corruption have been at loggerheads for a while now. While Team Anna's PR machinery has been on an overdrive, the government has lost the war of people's perceptions by erring at the most unlikely junctures. Here's a list of the 5 top blunders that will haunt the UPA for a long time to come.
It all began on the evening of independent meditation. Then onwards, the government did not know what to do, and then proceeded to do everything it ought not to have done, in the process committing one blunder after the other.
The government, failing to gauge the brewing of anger against corruption, went all rigid when debating with Team Anna. They missed out on becoming partners in fighting corruption. So Anna's crusade is against the politically corrupt. But the government took it on itself to confront Anna. They left out all other political parties in negotiations over the Lokpal bill. So now everyone thinks Anna against corruption, government for corruption. Then the government decided to do some character assassination. The timing was horribly wrong, and the target too.
हम किशन बाबूराव हजारे उर्फ अन्ना से पूछना चाहते हैं कि तुम किस मुंह से भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ अनशन की बात करते हो? ऊपर से नीचे तक तुम भ्रष्टाचार में खुद लिप्त हो।
The government did not stick to their posture. They came on hard and then lost steam. First they arrested and detained Anna Hazare and party. That was even before he could begin fast. And then they did not know what to do with them.
The police think they are reasonable. It's not for government to say what the condition should be. We don't. We did not in this case either. It's the police which laid down the conditions. If someone is aggrieved by the conditions imposed by the police, there is always a legal remedy.
Information is king. The government forgot to heed that idiom. They even went ahead and termed the whole agitation as media prompted and managed. And of course, the ubiquitous reference to the foreign hand.
अन्ना जी के साथ कोई उनका अपना कोई संगठन नहीं है, अपनी कोई तंजीम नहीं है,
इस संगठन के पीछे कौन ताकतें लगी हैं, ये एक बड़ा सवाल है। और शायद 65 साल के अंदर ये पहला मूवमेंट है जिस मूवमेंट को एक गैर मुल्की ताकत अमेरिका का सपोर्ट हासिल है।
You see on your screen live images from protest sites across the country. There are thousands of people in the middle of the night out on the streets, and yet the government's case is that this is a media-sponsored Andolan, that Anna Hazare is a creation of the media. Take the cameras away, there would be no protest. Is the media really fueling this agitation, or is the government completely wrong in its assessment? We'll debate that on the Center Stage Face-Off when we return with a high-powered panel on the other side of a very short break. Stay with us. Center Stage returns in just a moment. Kapil Sibal, Ambika Soni, senior government ministers are now hitting out at the media, saying it is the media that is responsible for creating the Anna Hazare phenomena. The government now believes that you take the cameras away, Anna Hazare's protest will immediately die down. This is a media-fueled agitation. Is that really the case? Is Anna Hazare a media-made phenomena? That's the Center Stage Face-Off for this evening. Joining us on the show, one of India's best-known authors, Shobha De. With me in the studio, the editor of Mail Today newspaper, Bharat Bhushan. One of India's best-known PR managers and image consultants, Dilip Cherian. We'll also be joined by Smriti Irani of the BJP, actor as well, and Hartosh Singhbal, political editor of the Open magazine. I first put my question to Shobha De, who's blogged, who's tweeted, and who believes that take the cameras away and there wouldn't be much of a protest. Is that really what your case is? Do you agree with the government's assessment that you take the cameras away and Anna's protest will simply die away?
No, I just find it a little ludicrous that of all the people, Ambika Soni and Kapil Sibal should make a case for banning cameras from protests of this kind, considering almost every politician today is a media-made monster. Having said that, I do believe that the spontaneous outpouring that we are seeing in all the major cities of India cannot be manufactured, cannot be orchestrated. And in fact, I feel intensely concerned about the sentiments of the people, the genuine people who are there, who believe in this, that their sentiments are going to be trampled in all this hoopla, which is really, to me, it seems somewhat suspect. I mean, to ask you a very simple question, and as someone who monitors popular culture and is very keen to follow media developments, suddenly from nowhere there are over 17,000, 18,000, 20,000 T-shirts with Anna's image printed on it, which are being distributed. There are caps, there are flags, there are vehicles to take people to various points. How does that happen? I mean, there's some planning that has gone into it. Who has planned it? Who has paid for those T-shirts? Who has created those slogans? Who has got Anna's image on those T-shirts and caps? I mean, these are questions that need to be asked.
Sure, those are fair questions. Sure, those are fair questions. But can it be argued that Anna Hazare is a media-made phenomena? Is it as simplistic for the government to say that take the cameras away, there will be no protest?
Absolutely not. No. It's not. He has obviously touched a chord. There's no taking that away from him. But not very long ago, I mean, on this very channel, we were debating the Ramdev phenomenon. Where is he today? So it is definitely the media attention that fuels people overnight into becoming some kind of media superstars. It is a made-for-media event. I'm not saying he's a creation of the media. He's been talking about this for a long time. And certainly a lot of things that he has to ask, the questions he's raising are valid. But take away those cameras, take away the media focus, take away this live coverage. Will even half the people who have taken to the streets, the candlelight visuals, will they still be around? If there were no cameras, would Anna Hazare have been turned into a martyr? Are we not confusing issues? It started off as a fight against corruption, as a fight for